being black. I love being called black. I love being a black American. But being black in this country, I think it's a shame that every few years we have to go and change our names. Since those first ships arrived from Africa, from across the sea, there were black men in this country who were already free. But as for those sent over here on those terrible boats, they were called nigger and slaves, told what to do and made to behave. But if you look at our geological, geographical, and genealogy studies published in Time magazine, black African people are the first on the scene. So for what it's worth, black people are the first people on earth. Through migration, our characteristics begin to change and rearrange to the climate we migrated to. That's how I became me, and you became you. But if we're going to go back, let's go all the way back, because if Adam is black and Eve is black, then it's a natural fact that everyone in America is indeed an African American. Well, that is, if the origin of man is what we're going to go on. Because if one drop of black blood makes you black like they say, then everyone's black anyway. So do not take away my identity. I was born who I was meant to be. Black American born and raised. My brother James Brown has a wonderful phrase. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Most of us would consider ourselves Americans. Booker T. Washington says that we can all be as separate as the 5 fingers. On the other hand, W.E.B. Du Bois states that every new Negro should fight for every civil right that they can possibly possess. Dr. Bill Cosby says that through education and intellect, those are the keys to success. That's how you gain true respect. But Dave Chappelle will say it loud and say it proud. I'm rich, bitch! And yet, at the end of the day, the KKK will still call me a nigger. And you poor white trash. Ooh. Well, that's what our friends call us. Who we were joking with on the corner yesterday. So I present to you now just a few voices of people who are trying to find out who they are and what defines them. Poems. From the motion picture Shackles, written by Tone. A Score in Black by Paul Miller. My Black Self by Catrice Mines. A Black Girl Talks About the United States by Wendy Wilson. Only a Black Woman, Author Unknown. Blessed by Fred Hammond. Black American by Smokey Robinson. And Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. A program. Do not judge me by the color of my skin, by the content of my character. Listen to their voices. Oh, hell no. You see, I just got kicked out of class today because I questioned the establishment. We were talking about the United States, and I said that the damn United States was hypocritical. My teacher gonna look at me and go, don't be ridiculous. Our forefathers created this nation where everyone has liberty and justice. I said that's some bull, right? Because if we were really united, then we'd have no need for organizations like affirmative action, quotas, minority scholarships, or welfare, because we'd all be considered Americans, not judged by our race, color, creed, or ethnicity. You know, she told me to be quiet. Oh, see, boo-boo, I kept on talking. See, I talked about slavery. I talked about Native Americans being cheated off their land. I talked about Indian reservations. I talked about the civil rights and the civil rights movement. I talked about Proposition 187, discrimination, hatred, and the government. And that's when she kicked me out of class. But you know what? That's all right. Because everybody here knows I was right. Don't you make me snap my fingers in a Z for me. Because you see, only a black woman can take week old leftovers and make them a gourmet meal. Can cuss out her man, make love to him that night and make him feel like a king. Can wear a French burgundy roll, 3-inch heels, and a split up her thigh and make her look professional. Only a black woman can wear the hell out some spandex. We can raise a doctor, a world-class athlete, and an A+ student in an environment deemed by society as broken, underprivileged, dysfunctional, and disenfranchised. We can go from the boardroom to the block and keep it real in both places. Can slap the taste out your mouth. Only a black woman can make a black man and his non-black date be on pins and needles just by walking into the room. Can fight 2 struggles at the same time and make it look easy. Can make a child happy on Christmas Day when they didn't get a thing. can be 75 years old, but baby, I look like I'm 45. And only a black woman can be the mother of a civilization. Okay, I'm sorry. What is you prefer to be called? There's Negro, colored, African American, ooh, possibly Pan-African. Okay. Our names, they should describe who we are, where we've been, what we go through, and what our future holds. So I prefer just to be black. Just plain black will suffice. It needs no sprucing up. Why? I am a magnificent spectrum of color. I am everything that molds my heritage. No lighter, no better, no darker, no worse. I am my native land. My beauty is like the African violet. My emotions run as deep as the indigo rivers of West Africa that saved my people from slavery's clutches. The green you see in my eyes and you call envy is just that, but not for what you think. It is merely a reflection of your own jealousy because you long to be like me. My skin can be orange, my eyes can be blue. No shade defines me, no shade should define you. We are beauty. Beauty is what we see. No darker, no better, no lighter, no worse. Just plain black me. And who am I? I am Black Norse that move through black rooms, reinventing motion. Beat breaking, double timing, freestyle, freestyling. Recreating classics, constantly moving forward, and a fusion of motion and style and form in black. Who am I? I am the distance between the streets and that fly country house in your head. The distance between me and a righteous path is filled with mock trials and ill math. Because right now, mad stress represents mental health that fractions and partitions itself into contortionist revisions and gift boxes. See, I'm trying to flip the script on the tribe of hounds and foxes. Because all those extra classes and extra effort have seemed forgotten. And all I got is brains and heart, but that's just cold comfort. See, all I got is faith. But even that scale is slowly slipping to second guessing, and it was all clear before, but now my whole life's in the form of a question, of a question, of a question. Who am I? See, I'm just caught between a rock and a hard times place. And excuse me, sir, what is the difference between violence and grace? Because the inside of a casket is still silent, as is the science of fate, and you cannot roll with the new without a clean slate. I have soap in my eyes, but I am still trying to see some of the light, some of the life, some of the life. I'm caught between the blacks and whites and full scholarship penitentiaries, lives that are knocked down like bowling pins, and me just trying to be me. Ah, woo! All right, I'm gonna make this simple and plain, right? That the juice that runs through these veins ain't for sale, and the road before me is my invitation only. And what am I to you? Now, see, I already told you. I'm not part of your 2,000,001 digital copies. I am the truth that happens in the parties and basements. I exist on all frequencies and wavelengths and frequencies, because sometimes you gotta be buried deep. Like what? Like deep. In order to understand my life. You see, in my neighborhood, I got these ghetto physicists who drop mad science like Puerto Rican Stephen Hawkins. They're able to make that scientific connection between chalk and outlines and $10,000 rims. Yes, I am what happens when sticks and stones do not break bones and you are not afraid to cross the rivers. Yes, sir, this is what happens when you try to count your blessings and you just run out of fingers. And you ask me, why, church? Because you see, we are blessed in the city. And we are blessed in them fields. Hallelujah. We are blessed when we come and when we go. Cast down every stronghold. Sickness and poverty, they must cease. For the devil is defeated and we are blessed. Because I rise Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Through a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am leaving behind the nights of terror and fear. I am bringing the gifts, bringing the gifts, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. For I am the hope and prayer of that slave. Because I rise, because I rise, because I rise.